Welcome back to the channel. In last week's episode we worked our way through from the French Pyrenees and Andorra and into Spain, heading along the mountains until we got to the coast and Donostia San Sebastian.
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. Nice there, isn't it? I think it's time to head south.
Yep, so we decided to treat ourselves to a campsite for a couple of nights. We really need electric. There's the one thing we've really struggled with: water and toilet emptying. You can do it like in loads of places, but electric is a bit harder to come by. Yeah, so I regret to advise the shorts have had to go back into hibernation for a bit longer. It's 2 degrees. It was freezing this morning when I took Chili out. First thing, I was like a shivering wreck. We are in Grand Camping Zerout, so it's only a few, really only about 15-20 minutes from Donostia San Sebastian where we were parked, but we really desperately needed like electric. Steph's just topping up. I can't remember if I said, so the campsite was €30 per night. It did have a restaurant on site, a little shop as well, which had all the important stuff in there like bread, chocolate, beer and some other stuff nobody cares about. But yeah, it was a lovely little site.
And we hope to see you again soon.
What, anything?
Steph doesn't do the cold, so she's excited about doing that job in the snow. Good morning, or actually early afternoon, from San Vicente de Baquera. So we've had some really weird weather the last few days, so we haven't really got a lot done. So yesterday we drove about 3 hours across. We did miss out Bilbao, we missed out Santander. We will come up to this part of the world again, so we're not sort of overly worried about missing stuff. But yeah, hopefully the weather's holding a bit better today, so fingers crossed we'll be able to get some stuff done outside the van. So Steph's picked out this place to visit. This is the Bufons de Arenas, I think it is. Sorry, Spain, butchering another language. By the time I finish this tour of ours, I'll have butchered many languages, many tongues. Apologies. Anyway, these look quite cool. They're sort of like geysers, which are created by the waves coming in to sort of hollowed out rock. So, yeah, what a beautiful setting. And then the Cantabrian mountains behind us. We thought we'd lost the mountains when we came out of the Pyrenees. Not quite. Absolutely beautiful. With the added benefit we can see quite a lot of them today because we're not getting stuck in a blizzard. Then next up for us was a spin up from Oviedo to the beautiful Senda del Oso. In a beautiful free park up, Steph found a park for a night. We were nestled in the valley alongside the numerous hiking and biking trails that crisscross the area. So obviously you can't hear what I'm saying here, and the main reason for that is the GoPro, along with my head, has just been submerged in a drainage ditch. Thankfully, nothing was seriously damaged, apart from my brain, but who can tell? So just a short drive took us to Avilés, which is a beautiful town in Asturias. Now the outside of the town, not that promising, looks a bit modern, a bit urban. Once you get inside though, there's a beautiful old town to discover. So one of the main reasons for wanting to stop in Avilés was to check out one of the local cider houses and their legendary cider produce. So on arriving, it's quite different to bars that we're used to back in the UK, and it turns out there are in fact rules to the cider house. First up, your waiter pours your cider from a great height into your glass, and the reason for that is to aerate the cider to make it perfect for drinking. Then, once poured, you must drink your cider in one go. This is muy importante. Once you've drunk it, then you're going to have to wait for your waiter to return and pour again. This process is repeated and might feel a little slow in the beginning, but don't worry, it'll catch up with you quickly enough. So I don't know how good the picture's going to be on this. The one thing the GoPro's not great at is light detection. But so this is our park up tonight. You can see it is like a public car park. We're in Avilés. As you saw earlier, we had a whale of a time in the cideria. That was one of the best sort of authentic travel experiences I think I've ever had. It was awesome and cheap as chips as well. So Steph's found us a nice little park up tonight, very serene. Feels a bit random because, again, coming from back home, but free parking, free electric, free water, picnic sort of tables, and a lovely sort of rural setting. So Steph is so excited that we've just pulled up here. It's late in the afternoon, gonna have to start cooking some dinner, but she's still so excited. She has to try out her new hose.
Well, Chris is cooking the dinner. I thought I could try out the new hose. There's bins here for the old hose and the packaging of the new hose.
So welcome to Chris's kitchen. Today I'm going to be cooking Fabes Asturias. It's like this really lush sausage stew with beans in it. So apologies if you know what you're doing. On the hose testers back. And you were looking at either my list of ingredients, my methods, and saying you're doing it completely wrong. This is Chris's version of this wonderful thing, courtesy of some recipe off the internet. We were saying last night how painful it is just to find motorhome parking back home sometimes. You know, even paid facilities, you pay over the top in certain areas. That's if you can get somewhere there isn't just a plain sort of campsite, really. What a different experience, really. So again, France, similar to here, really, you know, just ample free places. Now, I'm not saying if you came here in the height of summer and middle of the holidays, you might struggle to find somewhere, but do you know what? If you do, there's places you can perfectly find park off grid. You know, there's no issue. So, yeah, very different experience. So we're between Lugos and Odense at the moment, and the reason we've come inland a little bit and away from the coast is one, to try and avoid how busy it's been, and that's kind of worked if this place is anything to go by, and also because the scenery inland has been so spectacular when we've done it the last couple of times. So the route we're going to take today is along somewhere called the Sacred River, and it was in our trusty Lonely Planet guide as like a really scenic route to drive or to sort of spend some time doing outdoorsy things in. So fingers crossed it's going to live up to expectations. So we've driven inland a little bit from Ourense to Montfort de Lima. Looked like a nice town, but it was really quiet when we got there, so we decided, we picked up some groceries and decided to move on a little bit, and we've come to a place called the Canyon de Sil, I think it's called. Wow, what an amazing place this is. So as you'll have hopefully seen from some of the footage there, along this incredible sort of canyon, you've got these amazing vineyards stepped into the side all the way along. It is just a sight to behold, it really is. So we do like to drive quite a bit when we travel, and by that I mean, like, with Steph not having the energy and a lot of times do hiking, a lot of the way we do sightseeing is through driving, so it's always lovely to find like a road which gives you like a real rewarding view as you drive down it. But we were both saying, like, this place is like nothing we've ever seen before. It's pretty amazing, really. Like, the way that the vineyards are just sort of perched on the side of the hillside like that is incredible. Again, we only just decided to come here this morning, I think, actually, so we finalised the route, so another really, like, excellent, happy accident. So we've sort of completed half our circular route from Ourense back to Ourense, funny enough. So we went to Montfort de Limos, and now this is Castro Caldelas. Another free motorhome stopover with services again, which is superb. And what a route that is. You and Steph were saying, like, we're not sure how popular it is in terms of people taking that route because it's in from the coast, but oh god, it's so beautiful, honestly. I'm so glad that we decided to go that way in the end. So a nice brisk uphill walk this morning into the little town of Castro Candelas. Yeah, really cool. Just perched up above us on the hilltop last night. Yeah, couldn't sort of head off without having a nose around anyway, and it's so cute, this little part of the old town. Obviously older buildings here, but also modern houses are then popping up everywhere. But you've got a lot of these, like, all the streets are sort of tiny little narrow alleyways, so yeah, kind of a bit different to anything we've seen before, really. So I think you can hear in the background there the bells ringing, so that was going on quite a lot last night, really. And we were reading, I think Steph's read on Park for Night, that people were complaining about it, and it's like, I don't know what people want sometimes, you know, a beautiful free park up in such a gorgeous location. Yeah, do you know what, the bells are ringing, it's obviously part of their sort of routine. Just go with the flow, man. So we're on the second leg of our Ribeira Sacra drive now, and yeah, views certainly haven't got any worse, although kind of feels like it's snowing at the moment. It's a bit changeable today, unfortunately. We've just come down out of the Ribeira Sacra area, and we're in a place called Porto Quintela. And there's apparently some Roman ruins around here, so we're going to have a bit of a nose around later. But another free motorhome parking spot, absolutely brilliant. Got services, tons of space here, everything's level, so yeah, another fantastic sort of resource for us. This is probably going to be our last night in Spain for this stage of the trip. We didn't come out completely unscathed. our grey water tap, which is the only thing I think in this van that annoys me. If you can see, the tap is on a sort of metal attachment. It's pretty low, so if you're going to go over sort of any low ground, there's a risk of bottoming out the van. On the good side of that, I guess, you don't bottom out on anything too important, but the bad news is our grey waste, though functional, is now the attachments sort of come loose. So, but hey, you know what, we've done like 15,500 miles over a year's travelling, and you know, that's not a bad sort of casualty list for that length of time, really. So we're lucky today. Some of the Roman ruins were not underwater, which was not the case. I think it was only about a week and a half ago somebody else was here. They didn't see them, so glad of that. Started to drizzle again now, so we're heading back to the van, but what an excellent little spot that was, really. Museum's closed at the moment, but you can still walk around the site free. Excellent. Apart from the slightly unreliable weather, what a fantastic time we've had in the north of Spain. So yeah, we'll be going into Portugal probably tomorrow, but yeah, we'll definitely be coming back up here. The whole, really, the area from the Pyrenees all the way across the north was just beautiful, and will certainly warrant some future further exploration, I think. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, please click like, subscribe to the channel as well. It costs you nothing, and we'll be back very soon with our first video from Portugal. Thanks very much. Bye bye.